Hello. I'm so excited that we can connect today and that you can join me as I create a V steam, a yoni steam. I'm so excited that we can look and dive deeper into how to do a steam during postpartum. And if you are about to go into postpartum or you are currently in postpartum and you're like, I want to do steaming, how do I do it? This is the video for you. It's very gentle, very minimal items that you'll need, equipment if you will. And when we gather all of those pieces together, it's a really seamless process of how to steam. I'm going to walk you through the do's and don'ts, the simple, like minimal ingredients that I use in my herbs, my herbal blend, and also more information about how it supports your body, the benefits, and all of that. So I'm so excited that we can dive into this. And as always, this is never medical advice. Do what's best for your body. Check in with your dream team, your beautiful birth team before you do anything that you ever see on a YouTube video. But I'm so excited that we can chat and let's dive right into it. So we're going to need to talk about the items that you'll need. Love as a postpartum doula is to have very minimal items. So I really like to focus on a good cooking pot. So a really good cooking pot that you can eventually in the future sanitize, boil some vinegar in there, whatever, but you're never going to be really contacting it. So it's not something I would worry about any bacteria or anything happening. The steaming is really just going to be very like on top of the pot. So you're just essentially going to have the steam in that area. So don't worry too much about your pot having to be a separate pot from cooking. Like you're just going to probably use it here and there, but you can easily clean it with vinegar or baking soda and boil it. What I really love is that you can essentially just put a pot on the floor and you can hover right over it. And I'm going to show you how to do that, but in a second. But what I really love is possibly, if you have the time to do it beforehand, to do a nice belly bind before you do your steam, and it can feel really, really healing, super just relaxing for your body, because you're giving your body just an additional little bit of support as you lean over and do the steam. I will share too is that using a cotton belly binder is so important because the natural benefits of natural fibers and fabrics is way more so than using plastic. And when you're heating up plastic, whether if you're wearing it or if you're wearing a Velcro binder or if you're using a towel around you that has plastic in it, remember there's a lot of things that go on when plastic is heated. A lot of chemicals can be released. So something to look into is just what you're wearing. So make sure that if you are belly binding, do it with a cotton belly binder. And if you are wearing clothes or having a towel over you to do like a tent like situation, which I'll show you what that looks like, I would encourage you to use cotton. So really just lean into cotton, or linen, something natural to let air breathe, your body breathe properly. Well, let the air in and out and let your body breathe properly. I also really love to encourage light, simple linens around you. So what I'm going to use is a really great quilt and 2 pillows to kind of support the body as I lean into the sitz bath or lean into the steam pot. But what I really love is using very simple like cotton towels, cotton quilts. Make sure you lean into more natural materials again to make that tent. But again, I'll show you what that means. But grab yourself 1 towel for the time being. And if you have a cotton quilt, go for it, or any cotton blanket, that would be great because you're going to need that too. I also really love is using some fairy lights. Fairy lights can be just an extra little, cherry on top. It just makes it super cozy. But if you're doing it late at night, it just adds a little ambiance, but also gives you a little light so that you're not on your phone. And that's something really to be mindful is that you're only going to be steaming for a little bit, maybe under 20 minutes. So why not use this time to really reflect? So I included also a journal and a pen so that you can write or sketch your thoughts that come to your mind. And it's just a time to do a lot of reflection and allowing your body just to relax and ease. If you're tense and stressed while you're scrolling your phone, while you're doing the steam, it might counteract your body just getting those benefits and lovely release that it so deserves. Encourage having some great herbs. So I have a glass container here of about a cup of herbs that I really love. I love doing different blends depending on where mamas are. So I can't say specifically for you. Again, I'll link down below more information of specific herbs to use when and where from a brand that I really, really love. I don't make money from working with them. I just really love their brand. But I will share that I do love using a blend of chamomile, lavender, calendula, shepherd's purse, and plantain leaf. But I can't tell you exactly what herbs you should use, but I'll put more information down below that you can dive into more in depth about herbs that might be best for your body, but always do what's best for you. This is the combo of all of the items I'm going to be using. So let's now dive into how to put it all together in a very minimal way, and how you, if you are a doula or if you're a postpartum mama, how you can get these things really set up in a very quick and easy way. And you can continue to do this as a great ritual for your body. But while we do that and we get everything set up, let's talk about the benefits, the pros and cons of having a great steam for your body during now. I am going to put together all of the herbs that we're going to need for the steam. And keep in mind, you're going to want this steam to be really it's going to be hot. It's going to be a rolling boil, and then you're going to keep the lid on, because when we do any herbal infusions or any steams, we want to make sure the lid is on until we absolutely are going to use it. So what we're going to do is get the water boiling, turn it off, put the herbs in, and then give it a 10-minute window, and then I'm going to go put it down on the floor, still really, really hot, and then take the lid off, and then the lid will allow the steam to come up, but only when you're ready. And I'm going to show you a couple tips I'm going to share with you all the benefits of using a V steam. The biggest benefit is that it's very soothing. It feels very grounding and warming for the body. So you're essentially using steam, a wet warm element to your body when your body might be already in a state of very cold and dry. Technically, postpartum is very cold and dry time. So when we add elements like warm and moisture, whether we use a heat pad that's microwavable versus electric versus microwavable, it does get that moisture in there, as well as doing a steam. So the steam can be really helpful in adding a little bit more of the moist in there, and I hate using that word, but it helps a little bit more moisture in your system. But the benefits can be that it's very cleansing. So depending on when you do it, it can be very cleansing. It can be really helpful for the pelvic area. So the pelvic area's health in general, for helping tone the uterus, can be just really helpful for the pelvic area and recovery in general after birth. A few things to keep in mind with sitz baths as well as steams is a similar thing, is that you want to ask your midwife, your doctor, whoever is going to be supporting you through your birth, make sure to ask them if it makes sense and appropriate for your after birth recovery. Most times you're encouraged after you bleed, even with doing a steam when you are actually, you have a period and you're not in postpartum or pregnancy. Typically you don't want to steam when you're bleeding. So if you're bleeding postpartum for the first 6 weeks, ideally we wait till you're done completely bleeding, and then we'll start with the steaming. We just don't want to get any steam up into your uterus area when it's still, you're bleeding, you're cleansing, your body's doing its thing, and then we're adding an element that could create bacteria issues. So be really mindful of when you stop bleeding and then start your steaming. So essentially postpartum can be as long as your body needs to recover. So if you're at week 6 or 7 and you're now not bleeding and you're like, hey, I'm ready to do this, you're still in postpartum and it's the perfect time to do steaming. So don't feel like you have missed your window of those first couple weeks. Actually, it's probably better that you wait and do it when you are ready. Your body is the best. But again, check in with your dream team and make sure that they encourage you to do this as well. Many cultures believe in steaming and how great the benefits are. Not only is great for supporting the womb and cleaning out, it can also support any residual leftovers of stagnation in your body that might need to be moved, especially after bleeding for so long. So there's many benefits. You can do your research. The actual science research is very limited, like most holistic things, but definitely we look at our aunties and our grandmas and see what they have done, and if they haven't done it, what do other cultures do that have done it for thousands of years and have found benefits? So something to look into. But now let's get right into this herbal concoction. Let's make it. And I will say a caveat, we want our herbs to be really fresh. So make sure you get a fresh blend. And then if you are not a fan of the chamomile, lavender, calendula, shepherd's purse, all of those ones, plantain leaf, I would encourage you to look at maybe herbs that are they have benefit for other reasons. So maybe you're looking for an herbal blend that has oregano or rosemary in there that can help with antibacterial. I will say, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but don't forget to make sure that if you do have stitches still and they haven't fully dissolved or you haven't got them removed, whatever that looks like. Make sure that you have them completely removed or they are dissolved before you do any steaming. We don't want to interfere with any stitches. So make sure that that's all healed. Ask if they can still steam if they've had a cesarean or a belly birth. And absolutely you can still steam. It actually can feel really, really good because a lot of mamas still do push for quite a bit of time, and cesareans are along the journey of their birth story. So what I really encourage is that you look into how steaming can benefit you and what you're looking for. Some people steam because it just feels very grounding. So if that's what you're looking for, that is a great thing to do after birth. And maybe just give yourself, again, those first 6 weeks to finish bleeding and then start steaming afterward. Let's get into making this herbal concoction together. This is how much water we want, approximately half a pot. So look at half a pot of water, and that's my go-to so that you can still lift it with ease, or have someone, essentially it would be best someone help you lift it. So let's try this and get it on the stove. So I was trying to find a space that we could do this, but I think this is the best space. So I'm excited we can try this and see how it goes. And now I'm going to set up our V-steaming space. And essentially you just want to have an open space. You could do it in your bedroom too, but here has a little bit more light for me today. So we're going to do it here, and just make sure you're wearing loose cotton clothes. I have some sheepskin slippers on, but you could put some wool socks on, but just make sure your body's nice and warm so that we're not just putting warmth in one area. Your whole body has circulation going and flowing. We just want everything to be balanced, but also breathable. So that's the key. I forgot we're gonna need these pillows because you want something really comfy and cozy for your knees. So let's try these pillows, and we might add a little bit more. Okay, so we have our cozy little space. I actually over here have my quilt that I'm gonna put around me, so I'm gonna do that in a second. But for now, this is the combo, and you're gonna need quite a bit of pillows, so kind of just play around with how many pillows you're gonna need. And then we're gonna take that towel that I have over there, the gray towel, and I'm gonna roll it up and put it around here just as a safety barrier because it's a little warm. But other than that, like, everything's set up and it looks great. So now it's just, 10-15 minutes up to 20 minutes to enjoy a really nice steam. And yeah, I'm really excited. And sidebar, like, if you want to wear a dress, it makes it a lot easier, but you can also just wear, a robe or whatever feels comfy for you. so excited that we could hang out and chat all about V-steaming, use the steaming pot, and how to really just make it adaptable and easy for your everyday life, because we overcomplicate everything. There's a million things on Amazon and Target and all these different websites, and we just feel like we need to buy something to do something with. Like, everything has to have a certain item, and I feel like when you have a one cooking pot, you can use it for multiple things. If you have one, XYZ, you can use it for multiple things. So I feel like just getting out of the mindset of like, what do I need to buy to do this, versus like, what can I source from my own home to do this myself. But V-steaming is so easy and so simple, and it just reminds me how much I love it just doing this today with you all. So anyways, I hope you grab your cooking pot, your herbs, your beautiful pillows and cozy cotton linens, and you just get steaming, and don't make it a big huge thing. Again, make sure that it's proper for your body, it's appropriate for your needs. As always, you can feel free to message me. You can check out my website over my blog. I have so many tools for postpartum mamas to be postpartum mamas in the season that want to learn more about recovery care and how to holistically heal. But there's so much more I want to share with you all in that space. So definitely down below, give me your comments if you have any advice, or if you want to share any thoughts that you would like me to make future videos on. So anyways, if you haven't given this a like, and please, please, please let me know that I would love for you to follow me. So if you follow me, that would be great, so that I can continue to make videos and expand in this space here for you all to learn more about postpartum recovery. Anyways, I hope you continue to heal, nourish, and cocoon, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.